The Undercountry Music News is an excerpt of the weekly internet broadcast Undercountry Music, which features music from great country artists you won't hear on mainstream radio, as well as a roundup of the most interesting country music news of the week without all the fluff. This program you are listening to right now contains only the news portion of the show. To listen and subscribe to the full weekly episode containing the music and interviews, please visit undercountry.com or simply subscribe to the Undercountry Music Podcast on iTunes. Let's get into it.
Next, Undercountry Music, episode 110. And you know what? I'm not even going to pretend, because it's time for the Undercountry Music News! The Undercountry Music News is a little thing I do each and every week where I go on to Google, I type in the search term country music news, and whatever websites come up on the front page of Google, I dive into them and I try to find the one or two news stories that aren't blatant BS press releases from the artists and their management companies, ones where it's actual news. Is that too much to ask for, that something's what it claims to be? I don't think it is. So what I do is I compile the real news stories into one segment of the show, and that's what I do. And for those of you just joining us here, it's episode 110. Hello, people in talk show land. The Undercountry Music News is just an excerpt of the larger internet broadcast podcast, Undercountry Music. All right, and here we go. Over at CMT, Thomas Rhett talks about the challenge of choosing songs that are presented to him. Well, Thomas, I can help you with that one. Write your own damn songs. Problem solved. Also, some sad news here. A great niece of Johnny Cash has been stabbed to death. You know, I mean, that's sad and all, but, you know, it's further removed than the star's immediate family. I don't really think that's going to qualify as country music news. I mean, that's 6 o'clock news, but not necessarily country music news. Still does suck, and I do ask you all to send a prayer to the Cash family as you're hearing this. Over at Country Weekly, get an exclusive first listen to the entire new Joe D. Messina album entitled Me. Well, this must be the one that was funded through Kickstarter that I remember hearing so much about. You know, you can go listen to every song on the album in its entirety over at Country Weekly. Okay, so I listened to the whole thing. The first 5 songs, every one of them were all either Ooh, I Love You Baby songs or a Love on the Rocks type of song. Total crap. The 6th song was the title track about how her life demands her to be so much more than she is. And when she looks in the mirror, though, you know, everyone else sees her as this super person that has to handle all these things, but all she sees is herself. All right, that's kind of cool, okay? I can dig that. The 7th song is called Like a Kid again, and talks about how much she'd like to be able to cast off her daily responsibilities and just be a kid again for a little while. I like that one. The 8th number was a mailed-in hoedown called A Woman's Rant. It sounds exactly like Sin Wagon by the Dixie Chicks, which sounds like a whole lot of other stuff. Next one is called Take It, and it's kind of funky about cutting loose. It's a bland but danceable number. And then to round out the album, last but not least, actually it is certainly least, is the song Say Goodbye to Superman. I don't know, I think any song that puts Superman in the title is kind of a songwriting cop-out. But, you know, once I got past that, though, that one was actually a pretty good, pretty touching story about having to deal with explaining to a little boy that his daddy's not coming home because he succumbed to his demons. Now, it never said what the guy's demons were, or if dad actually died, or is just on a bench somewhere, but it's still a decent tune. So where do I put Joe D. Messina's new album, Me, on a scale from 1 to 10? I think I'll give it a solid 3. Over at GAC, Great American Country, the recipe queen battles continue. Crystal Keith in the Kitchen is not showing up this week for the second time in a month and has been booted from the page once again by Nan Kelly, otherwise known as One Pan Nan, touting her single pan recipes and showing the cover of her cookbook. Feature a pretty decent butt shot of Nan. Didn't know she had that good of a pooper. Looking like she's hitchhiking with her pan. Or maybe it's the Johnny Appleseed thing. Anyway, the recipe this week is for Greek chicken and rice. There's also a feature about a new TV show coming out in April on GAC called Moving Country, which explores the phenomenon of families leaving the big city behind to embrace a life in a more rural place. Rural. I have trouble saying that. I'm a northerner. Rural. And, where they can adjust to a more laid-back lifestyle. Hey, that's what I did, and I gotta tell you, people out there in LA or New York or Miami, do yourselves a favor, get the hell out of there. You deserve better than to pay through the nose to have the man up your butt all the time. I finally had enough of that garbage. Loving me some Murfreesboro, Tennessee these days, and if this place gets too crowded, I'll just take the family and duck a little further back in the boonies. No problem. There's room to disappear out here, and I like it. On second thought, stay where you are, forget I said anything. Over at Taste of Country. Now, you may recall a couple weeks ago I reported that the daughters of the late Tammy Wynette were fighting to get Tammy's name placed back on her mausoleum instead of her birth name of Virginia Richardson, which for some crazy reason had been changed to after 14 years. Well, they finally won this fight, and Tammy Wynette's final resting place will finally read Tammy Wynette once again, following a weeks-long internet campaign and a Facebook petition, which I admit I kind of made fun of. It's like, oh, Facebook petition, oh, that'll get them. Well, apparently it worked, and I was wrong. They were right. Congratulations, ladies. Also, Lady Antebellum's song Need You Now, as well as Brad Paisley's song Southern Comfort Zone, are being taken into space, actually shot into space, where at least Lady Antebellum's song needs to say, aboard a Chinese rocket and being beamed back down to unwitting Chinese students as a form of punishment. No, actually being beamed back down to Chinese students in their classrooms. Now, why in the world these two songs would be chosen, I have no frickin' idea. Maybe they were the most irritating representations of Western society they could come up with? I don't know. And the article doesn't explain why. There's some more of that fine country music journalism for you. But there you go. I actually like most of Brad Paisley's songs. I get a little irritated at his continual backhanded attack on white people from the South, and it's there, and you don't have to believe it. Just start listening to his songs and you'll hear what I'm talking about. I mean, the guy continually puts out these songs suggesting that the very people who comprise a lot of his own fan base are closed-minded bigots. I can tell you from the year and a half that I've lived here in the South recently, that's not been my experience. Not by a long shot. Now, that stated, I have a lot of respect for Brad Paisley. He's a absolute monster guitarist. He has funny rockin' songs that I really enjoy when he's not making crappy "Ooh, I Love You Baby" tunes like all the other hacks. But anyway, I'm just saying, stop attacking your fan base, dude. You might wake up one day and find you don't have one anymore. Lady Antebellum, I'm sorry, they just kind of irritate me in general. But that's just me. I don't know. Over at the Boot, the Nashville Film Festival is coming to Music City. For those of you who don't know, Music City is Nashville. April 17th through the 26th, and will feature movies about Glen Campbell's final tour after learning he had Alzheimer's. Some memorable events in that one. Oh, that was bad. All right, there's also a movie about the legendary Carter family. A movie about Johnny Winter, which I think I may just have to go see. And last but not least, A movie about Led Zeppelin. Well, okay, hey, what the hell? You know, it's been a long time since I rocked and rolled. Over at Nashville Gab, one article about rappers who like Willie Nelson because he smokes weed. And another article about a B-level country star named Sheely Wright, or is it Shelly Wright? I don't know, who's complaining that she's not a bigger star because she's openly gay. No, Sheely, you're not a bigger star because no one knows who the hell you are, and you're not doing anything interesting. You're making the same crappy pop country music as everyone else. And yes, I did go and listen to her stuff, and it's the same crap everybody else shovels. And, you know, all the other female country stars are having a tough go of it right now because of the bro country phenomenon, which is saturating the airways. By the way, Sheely, both of your top YouTube videos have almost 500,000 views each. Now, I know a lot of country artists out there who would kill to have that kind of rejection. My advice to you, lady, is shut your pie hole. Feel blessed you have a career in music, period. Unlike a lot of really, really good artists who are actually making good music, and maybe spend more energy on making better music and less energy on telling many from your potential future fan base what bigots they are. That's my advice. Love it or shove it. Over at Country Standard Time, the Ronnie Milsap. Well, no. Yes, okay, the Ronnie Milsap is putting out a new album called Summer Number 17, which features about half brand new songs and half crappy old cover songs that have been played to death for decades, you know, like Mac the Knife. Well, I mean, most artists his age put out a whole CD of nothing but covers and invite like 1 million celebrities to co-star on it. So, I mean, I guess he's only half as lame as the other ones. I don't know. Anyway, there's only one Bobby Darin. You know, many have tried to do Mac the Knife. All have failed. Bobby Darin's the only one who got it right. Get over it. CountryMusicIsLove.com. Going to check in with them. Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks are moving to Nashville. Why? Well, in their answer, they moved a lot of hot air, but really didn't give a reason. You know, it was crap like, oh, there's an energy about Nashville, and blah, 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 blah. Over at the 615, finally coming full circle, seeing how we are counting down the top 20 country songs from Billboard this week. Over at the 615, which is a subsection of Billboard, Emmylou Harris is about to pen her memoirs. Her memoirs. Oh, I just love it when people call them, oh, it's my memoirs. And there is a feature on a female duo that I actually featured right here on Under Country Music a few weeks ago, North 40. Also, John Rich is unveiling a new quote-unquote, see my air quotes, lifestyle line called Redneck Riviera. You want to know more about that? Get on over to the 615 and read it for your damn self, because this has been your
Under Country Music News. Thank you for listening to the Under Country Music News. The Under Country Music News is just a small excerpt of the weekly hour-long internet broadcast Under Country Music, where I, Neil Smith, not only round up the week in country music news and put my own spin on it, but I also play music and have great interviews by lesser-known original country acts, the kind that you won't hear on mainstream country radio. If you're thirsting for that, get on over to undercountry.com where you can listen and subscribe. You can also subscribe via iTunes to Under Country Music. Thanks so much. Stay under, stay country.